have some pity.
Recruits! That's what murder within the walls! Attention!
Do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics.
Hey, who's that then? Come on.
Easy, Tull. That's the source.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the I tapped her on the shoulder to
Bit Tull you right in the face. She.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another...
Well, that's to be decided. Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll like...
That's a mighty...
Can't say I'm surprised.
If I've got... Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath a heavy brow, streaked with sweat and...
Her brow knits together.
I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only... And you are a source. This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge. But soon their swords were upon me, and they...
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
What have we here, then? I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know. Leader... Gods above! Some Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in... What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order... Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I hadn't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? We are the pride of Rivalon. To be found, I'd say they're looking for weak spots. Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts.
Source Hunter, welcome, but certainly. What would you... Oh, I am but a wizard. A god, my task upon this earth, you see, my one to my great regret. Oh, but that's not such magic is to be out in the... But of course it's handy to speak in more than... Oh, that'll never happen. I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become... By all means, of course. I hope your investigation... I can, but they say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the... How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good... I myself have none. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact... I can't say much more, but that they're mad. And what might those be? Those who are raised... The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them. You have a flair for until they conclude what mischief they intend to see. Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human.
The seven grant abundance!
again. Do feel free. What about it? Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? If you must.
Right side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Source Hunter. I know you're probably needy. We've been conducting a series. Lieutenant Selenia at your service. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of... And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift of the undead. I pitied them at first. Many the bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest I shall be very glad to share what information... It's very sweet of you. Sure, they can tie a knot and blow a whistle like the best of them. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to... 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. There's a lighthouse to the west. The locals say it's haunted. There are ancient... A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. There's a church to the northeast of here. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead... So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do what... The chances of survival during these sorties are only about...
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
It's heating up.
I'll figure out who murdered Jake before the day.
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed. Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. So fair a lady I have seldom seen. Steadfast will I guard her. Never. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. And what question? Tragedy flocks to this place, like goblins to a boar carcass. I can tell you one thing about the undead.
Lords above, grant me patience. I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake. Like I told just about every legionnaire in town. So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the...
Well, what do you want to know? Rather dreary these days, isn't it? As if the undead weren't enough.
I'm telling you, a necromancer must have been at work in Sicil.
Quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to...
Why is she keeping those on hand anyhow? Sentimental reasons? If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Striking it rich!
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
A book about setting up the perfect crime.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Where's Jake? Did he finally run off with that? Where? Esmeralda's a funny character. She's always got ham on the brain.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
So that's what that did. A bloody dagger. Could this have been involved in the crime?
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Listen, if you're gonna accuse me of something, you would better find the evidence to back... My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fallen.
Sauce hunters, eh? If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up. Sorry, can't help you there. Yes. Oh, Ogget's been
Well, what sort of...
But if... Oh, a sauce hunter. No matter, no matter. Eat me? It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her... Not to mention that it's been... Yes, yes. If she's in the other room as we speak, perhaps you can prevent... She's gotten hold of a stone. She claims to have gotten the relic from a... Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blood... Well, I expect she'll be a very success... Sorry, but there isn't much work for sailors. Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor, from what I can tell, it seems to be a simple... I've applied my... I declare it an...
His healing stone. Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
Excuse me? This is a... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to set... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader, quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was lead nearly everyone in Sicile is from... Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly... I myself was nothing, but it's strange. The stone is only good for a single... You are?
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short.
There's no way Boris should receive that stone over Stephen. Think of Stephen's...
Boris is nearly our own age. Imagine being cut down now, in the prime of your life.
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind.
If you want to kill Stephen, perhaps I'll let his family have at you when you deliver the news. I'll even loan his wife my favourite studded club.
No, we'll do...
Boris it is?
Can't have gotten far.
Thank
No,
the seven.
no, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning?
I feel no pleasure in bidding...
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Oh, yes, proper introduction. As for how I got here, well, how you, on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space... at last a question I can answer. Time ought naturally to have don't...
I think that imp may be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease...
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic. Astounding. Onward we should... The portal It's quite you, dearest. Those torches, a light. Goodness me, how right you are. It is the void. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why. It's not that I believe, it's that then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive. In fact, every last quest. But why spoil the mystery? After you. You first. But don't dilly-dally. Yes! Just as I hoped! There she is! There it is! Come, don't delay!
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weave...
Indeed, Sir Imp. As
astounding!
You have brought...
My reaction exactly...
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, a stone? So... It was a stone that not like this. No, never had I experienced something, but yours has.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you...
Like the stones, your guests, source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone is not what it seems. Do you see what violence...
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh.
It would appear that Starstone
I see.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this star... If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the truth... Indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand...
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of stars...
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First, we mend, please, our most Come, I got something for you.
Not but a moment ago we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone...
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone.
Still, it's quite...
What do you think, Source Hunter? Come, I got something for you if you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze? No, with you searching out Starstone, but you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and luckily the power of portals is known to you. So off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I... Cross my heart, hope to fade in... Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just like yourselves, stuck from what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by deviant ruins, caves, the lairs of long forgotten. Neither do I. But the mere this in turn more than implies. We may not understand. Oh, I don't know if I'm more than though. But of course I have a So, gather those stars. Lonesome? Well, yes, perhaps you can imagine the profound... Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. I hope you'll be able... More about the...
How welcome you are upon... In the ethereal, the drift of continent. Except, it seems, ask and I shall answer. Quite so. I do not know you, but perchance I may be cured of this blindness. What it is but a seed bereft of sun and water. I reside in another realm. Ask and I shall...
I am the last chest. The last chest. The last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my...
The Lady of Time, the Weaver of History, I am your... Good to see you on the
Source hunters, I welcome you. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and I'll be delighted to give it. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that counts. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. While you were being lectured, the advantage of being a cat, you know, that's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks. Don't we all long for a sanction? But perhaps like any cat worth its salt, though, let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. I'll not pretend to have all the answers. If Zigzags worries, I met him first, a long time ago. So I told him who I was. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. Oh, before you go, here. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of it. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters,
to leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, Source Hunter.
Toasty!
What? Oh, it's you. My elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil. Oh, what? Oh, you mean Sight, the undead of over... That's not to mention... And, while we're on the subject of troubles, what of what? Ah, you mean the staff of Pergamon. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slave, his name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter. A merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. The staff itself contains a shard of an oar. Jake, murdered? Oh yes, most of the townsfolk are certain Jake. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. An all right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his... What? The undead? Yes, for the past... Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if... you see... When a lady... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all... That depends. Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. Marvelous. What? Oh, my Victoria has every volume. Yes. Victoria's come along. What? Oh, yes, yes.
Need something more advanced. The Pseudo-Monarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising.
A source hunter! Me? Alec has always been something of a rascal. For my part, I encouraged him to join that band of... I don't even know what to call.
This isn't the grimoire.
In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. I am Victoria, daughter of... When I was very young, you see, and the fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc, after all. He raised me like I was his own. Indeed you may.
Omnes auto... What? What is this? Who are you? Oh, but perhaps I... No. A source hunter. That is what you are. Why? Simply because you hunt now. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must on one condition. That on our joint...
Very well. There will be no deals with demons.
Agreed.
Most gratifying. I see you are firm of purpose, and thereby ready to descend. Descend.
Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
I've got my eyes on the prize.
What do you think you're doing?
pleasure.
The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stecken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Kajdinar.